Shahrzad Hazrati. I am from Iran. My background, home country is Iran, and I am psychologist back home, and I still psychologist back home. And I came to Canada to support my kids. My daughter wants to go to university, and we decided to come to Canada. It was 2007 that I came to Canada and stay. I migrated to Canada 97, but the time that I decided to move completely was 2007. Since I came to Canada, I start working in areas with mental health. I start with Institute of Leadership for Women of Ontario in London College, and here is a time I appreciate my supervisor there, Dr. Victoria. She was great, supportive to connect me to Canadian society, and he gave me some space to start working as a mental health professionals there. One day, Victoria sent me a link regarding bridging program for social workers. It was 2009, but at the time that it was bridging program for social workers, I supposed to back to Iran. I couldn't join to them. But the year after, 2010, another bridging program for psychologists and mental health professionals who trained out of Canada for first time showed up, and I participated in that one. Regarding the bridging program, because since I came to Canada, I just work with Iranian communities or Afghan communities who speaks Farsi and Dari, and still I felt Iranian psychologist or mental health professional. But even though I work with other organizations, but I felt isolated. And when my supervisor, Dr. Victoria, introduced bridging program to me, and I registered with them, and I go there, so every therapist from all over the world, it was completely different. I thought, wow, we had Sajid from Pakistan, we had two Claudias, Raihan, and others, two other Iranian psychologists were there. We had one of our colleagues from Russia that she is still. It means I felt now I am belonged to a group, and it was great. I felt that I am starting to join to Canadian society as a mental health professional. I am not isolated, just serving my country and people from my community. No, I felt that I am a Canadian professional, and the training were so good. We had a great English teacher that I remember he was great and so funny, so supportive. All of us with language barriers or pronunciations, accent, it was so funny, but he was great. And we had, here it's the place I really say thank you to Beatrice. Beatrice was one of the founders, and he still is one of the best supervisor that I have had in my life, because he was a person suggest me to, if you want to continue your education here, go to social work, because it has give you some sense of society and also mental health. And when I was at school of studying social work, he still supervised me. And also Marisabel. But Beatrice, I still have connection with her. Anytime I have some question, oh Beatrice, what should I do? I have some question. And Beatrice were one of the social work president of Ontario Association of Social Workers, and he is great. And I know her through Bridging Program. The component of Bridge Program were great. At that time was okay, but right now that when I have many students from Bridging Program coming here to have their placement, I see that it's more organized because we were the first cohort. They didn't know by themselves that much, but the quality was good. We had training at TAPE, I think. We had cognitive behavioral therapy training. It means we had many guest speakers who are coming and help us to have some idea what is mental health in Canada. We have all worked in our class. We had from Russia, we had from Romania, we had from Pakistan, we had from India, we had from Iran, we had from I think as country as you remember we had there. And still we are in connection with many of them. Yeah, I have one of my friends that we see each other 2 times per year. It's Isabel Andreas. That we see each other. We went to placement with each other. Both of us went to Family Services of Peel, and then we encouraged each other to go to social work school. And both of us went to Windsor University to pursue our second master in social work. We still have connection. Sajid from Pakistan still work with me in Better Life. He works here with me, and yeah, we are in connection. Sometimes if I have question, call Gabby. She is from, I think, Mexico, and she is family therapist. She's great in family therapy. Rayhan also, we work with Rayhan too. He has medical background, but work as a psychotherapist and mental health professional. Yeah, at the moment he is registered psychotherapist. Bridging program help us to navigate and become Canadian mental health professionals. That it's really meaningful for us. This is the part that I really suggest to everybody, all the mental health professionals, psychologists coming to see me. They say, okay, we have years of experience. I tell them, you are not going to Bridging program for increasing your knowledge of psychology. You are going there to become Canadian mental health professionals. It means finding it, coming out from that isolation, that just working with your community, you don't know what's happened in the country, in the city, in the province that you are working. It's important. Help us to feel home in a professional manner. And if you are not going to, if I didn't go to Bridging program, I don't think it happened to me. I really owing Bridging program for this feeling that I have, being multicultural, having many friends from all over the world, and they are therapists, great therapists. We share with each other, look like students. We become quickly students with each other, having close relationship, give that sense of belonging that I really like, that feeling. That is great. Because I am a little old here. When I came to Canada, it wasn't any psychotherapist college. Psychotherapy college start to working since 2015. I start working as a mental health professional here in 2008 something, and at that time I based on the experience that I had, I become member of Ontario Association of Psychologists, Psychotherapists. It was OACCPP. It was a membership of association that it was for mental health professionals that now changed to OAMHP. It's the same, but because psychotherapist now has a college, they can't use it in the association. Because I was member of that, and based on that I could have insurance liability to practice as a counselor and psychotherapist, because at that time we didn't have psychotherapist college. I started working since 2008-9, but after that I joined to bridging program, and then they encouraged me to pursue my continuing education at university, because I wanted to continue my education to become more Canadian feeling of professional. But during the time that I was with bridging program, being part of bridging program give that identity to me, that everywhere that I went and I told that I finished my bridging program, they accept me more easily, because they knew that bridging program just accept people who have quality of mental health professional, and it was great. Regarding my career, in 2010 I established Better Life Counselling Center. It means I was with Institute of Leadership for Women of Ontario from 2008 to 2010, and then my colleague told me, now I think you are ready to start your practice somehow. And I established Better Life Counselling Center. It was so scary, I didn't know that much about the process in Canada, but I started. And then when it means I had Better Life before, but when I joined to bridging program in September, I established April and I joined bridging program in September. It means the doors start to become open for me. I understand what is the process, what is the paperwork, what is the insurances, what is the laws, policies, this stuff, because I knew from my country, but it's so important when we are working here, we know what's going on here. It means that navigating mental health bridging program were the place that taught us what happened here in Canada, and we needed that one. That was great. Yeah. After that, I continue having Better Life, and I really believe group work. I believe that when we have all knowledge. One of us don't have all the knowledge, specifically in our area of work, that we have child therapy, we have family therapy, we have couple therapy, we have individual therapy, we have trauma, we have depression. It means it's so broad range of things that we have, and each therapist more specifically work on some of them. It was the reason that I thought, instead of referring outside, we make a group that's supporting in each other in that area. And then the other part was because I went through tough period of time. It means maybe since 2007 till 2010, maybe 11, something, that I could work as a complete psychotherapist therapist somehow. I went through lots of tough and sometimes humiliating process. People thought, oh, you can't practice here, your license not working here, you should go and start some general job, or you should do this one. And many people in this process become tired and start to move to some easy job that quickly have money. I told myself, if I can go forward, I make one place to support professionals from my background. And I tell everybody that Better Life is like a home for psychologists or mental health professionals who are coming from other countries. Here at Better Life, we have around 35, maybe more therapists who are working with me here. And they are from all over the parts of the world. And many of them coming from Bridging Program. I told Bridging Program that here is a place to help them believe themselves, empower themselves, and then some of them stay, many of them leave. But it's okay. That 2-3 first year that they can stand on their feet, it's most important parts that we support. It means Bridging Program work with them. Some of them coming here. When they are coming here, many of them start to learn how to practice, how to go forward. Their self-confidence as a mental health professionals will build, and then some of them having their practice, private practice outside. Some of them stay, but still we are friends with each other all the time. This is something that I believe. I think the mission of Better Life is supporting mental health professionals. Yeah. Here in Canada, I think the first things is improving their self-confidence. I believe that sky is the same all over the world. The first thing is improving their language, because the only difference that we have, I tell to my clients, you and me, just it's matter of time. Maybe 20 years ago, I couldn't look like you, okay? And maybe 20 years later, you are lots of further than me and more successful and things like this. Improve self-confidence. Believe yourself, and stick to your roots. Don't quickly change from this. For example, if the person is accountant, if the person is psychologist, if the person is engineer, for sure many of us go through some general job to maintain the financial process, but stick to the root. Believe yourself. I think it's so important. Find support group, find people in your areas, and time is so important. For sure, we have to go steps one by one. If I compare myself with my friends that it's 10 years here, quickly I feel I lose my self-confidence. I feel wow. But it's just matter of the time. For sure, from the first day that I came to Canada till that day that the clients I see or friends that it's, for example, 2 months here, I ask from that day compared to the first day, how improvement happened. Many things happen even during 2 months. For sure, if it goes for few years, it will be better. And without time and try, nothing happens. We don't have a fast-paced change. We should go step by step by step, but believe ourselves that we can do that. regarding how Canadian can help newcomers, at first I think it's so important to think, if I go to one country look like Iran or Japan or Mexico, after 2-3 months, how much capacity of work, language capacity and other things can I have? Probably it's tough. At first, I put my feet in their shoes and understand that it's not just, oh, it's English, start talking. It's so funny. I had one girl that told, here in Canada, even people who are in the streets and they are homeless can speak English. It was so interesting. It means the person had lots of education, can speak English, and it means accept that newcomers are capable people. Just give them resources. I think resources is so important to provide, and have some classification of resources if we have, because many people who are coming here as a skilled worker, as a professionals, or as a refugees and things like this, at first not judging them based on the color, based on the accent that they have, based on the things. No, they are people with lots of capacity. They bring diversity to this country, and those knowledge can improve the knowledge of Canadian society in many areas. I think be positive, supportive, and providing resources. People are so capable. I don't think my wish worked that much for them. They make their life beautiful if we believe them, and they can have, for sure, I wish them to believe themselves, to stand on their feet, give their hands to each other. Group can be so empowering. It means put competition aside. Just believe that each of us has something we can put on the table and be successful together.